Hello, my wonderful artists. How are you today? You know, if you've ever sat down to paint and felt nothing, no spark, no inspiration, no movement, just nothing, just that blankness, you are not alone, my friend, because art block is real. And when life feels heavy, even the gentlest act of painting can feel out of reach. But sometimes the stress in the world, or even the pressure, gets so great we build a wall between us and the page in front of us. So I have something that is perfect for this moment. This moment of pause, I want you to take a nice deep breath and gently reconnect with the creative self inside of you. This watercolor tutorial is a soothing way to get your brush moving again. Just a gentle nudge back into the joy of painting. As you mix the colors in these palm leaves, I think you are going to rediscover the magic hiding inside your watercolor. Those beautiful colors that you have, they are going to uncover some beautiful, beautiful shades, things that are unexpected, and they're just waiting for you to find them. So let this be your invitation to play, to explore, and fall in love with your watercolor all over again. Because in this moment, we are going to change the way your mind is. We're going to change the way your body is reacting to your day. Here's what I want you to remember. Watercolor will always wait for you. It's always there, like a quiet friend. And when you're ready, it's there for you to take it out. Maybe a week from now or just a moment, a deep breath of 5 minutes. You can return anytime you want and without apology. Even one stroke, one wash of a color, some swatches. It's always there. Count on that and give yourself grace because the rest is what you need. The quiet time is what you need. And I guarantee that by the time you finish this watercolor lesson, you will be back. You will feel so much better and you will show me everything that you've painted. So what I'm doing is I've lined up a bunch of beautiful watercolors from Jack's Watercolor, all the honey pots, and I have these Portmann brushes that I've been talking about so much over the past couple of years. I'm going to be combining all of the different watercolor with another 1 or 2, 3 colors so that we can just let it blend on paper and watch those colors appear. What we're looking for here is just relaxation. One thing great about Jack's Watercolor is that you can combine them all together and you're going to get something that you like. You're going to get some beautiful texture and some granulation and add water, add red, add gold. It is all good because you're going to find things that you've never ever discovered before. And that is the lesson tonight. That is what we want to do. We just want to mix things on paper in a very simple way with this gorgeous palm frond. Let the fronds travel right off the paper with reckless abandonment. Don't worry about trying to fit them into a certain kind of paper. I'm using Jack's cotton, but have whatever you have on hand. I prefer this paper because it just mixes well with the colors. And I feel like they are brilliant and they flow and it doesn't give me any trouble. I like it a lot. So this is Azo Yellow. I also have Pink Lily in front of me. There are other colors here like the Dusk collection, Dusk Yellow, Dusk Blue, Dusk Gray, Dusk Violet. Avocado is also one of my favorites right now. And the new Moss, Mystic Moss. So we've got all these colors, and what we want to do is just in a mixing palette or on paper, take one of the smaller Portmann brushes because that's the size of the paper. It's or the medium size Portmann brush, and get it wet, dip it into the first color and mix it with a second color, or dip it into the first color and mix it with some water and then just paint that lovely frond on the paper, and then reach for another color and add that in there to that leaf. As you move through it, you're going to see some beautiful color changes, and it's going to be relaxing. And don't worry if spots or water drop on the paper or extra paint drops on the paper. It's all good, because this is just a moment for you to relax and see those colors change. It's color therapy is what we're doing, because this is going to get that spark. This is that invitation to play and explore and just fall in love all over again. Our days can be really hard. I know mine can sometimes, really, really hard. But when I sit down and paint, it just feels better, doesn't it? I mean, look at the pink lily and then mix it with avocado. Would you ever think to mix those two together? Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. When we get to the end and we add a little gold on top of that, it's going to look so, so beautiful. This is also a great opportunity for you to learn more about your colors, because there's nothing that teaches you better about your colors than it is to mix them. To take something that you wouldn't really think would go together and just give it a try. Remember, with Jack's watercolor, they're highly pigmented and there are no fillers. So you're not going to get that muddiness if you mix a bunch of the colors together. Eventually you might get some kind of neutral, but then you can turn it back around just by adding more of a certain color. Like pink lily is a great one to add to anything because it will just change the color. Another great one is Lagoon Blue. Lagoon is a fabulous, bright, bold color that saves mixes. So if you get something you don't like, add a little Lagoon Blue to it and boom, you've got that pop of color right back again that you can start over with. So you're never really wasting color at all with the way these paints are. I think they're all gorgeous, and no matter what I mix together, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't think there's ever been colors that I haven't found something to mix with them and been just thrilled with the outcome. I think that's what makes us all unique and makes our paintings really unique. It's how we use them. Like by taking this beautiful dusk blue and adding some azo yellow to it or some avocado to it or pink lily, that's all we need just to make our brains get into focus and be there, be more present, because that's what watercolor is. It's bringing us into the present and allowing us to just have this moment in time together where we shake off all of the craziness. After all, let me just remind you of one thing. There have been moments in time when I have been so upset. I mean, really upset. And then a year later, I don't even know what I'm upset about. I don't remember it. So if you remember that every time you get upset, you'll realize that this is going to feel a lot less painful later on. So let's not give it any more steam. Let's take the steam away and just sink into what we're doing here and be present. Because if you can get that and get into that mindset and shut down whatever you're upset about, things will get better faster for you. I promise you that. And just remember, things will work out. They have a way of working themselves out. A year from now, we will not remember what we were upset about. Things will change, circumstances will change, and there'll be a whole new set of things that we'll be upset about. That's just the way life flows. But it's how you handle it and the tools that you have in your arsenal, so to speak, that help you deal with the day-to-day. That's where watercolor comes in for me. It's something that I use just to, I wouldn't say cope, but maybe smooth over the day. Just allow my mind to settle, my brain to unwind, and all the things that I was looking for answers come to me. Everything just seems like you get more clear, right? You get that clarity just because you've relaxed and you've kind of settled into the moment. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking about the past. You're not going over all the stress of the day. That's where we need to get to. And I'm hoping this exercise will do it. Now, if you love these leaves, I do. You can paint them with pointed rounds. You can paint them with flats. There's so many different things, an angular shader. I really like this Portmann brush. I think these are so fun and they're really, really well priced. I will give you the link for them if there's something that you're interested in. They've lasted me a long time and I use them often. I think that they're a very loose brush. They're not real stiff. So as opposed to my angular shader that I use for things that I want a little more, I would say, control over the shape, these are really flowy and kind of really fun. I have had more expensive brushes not perform as well as these, and that's why I recommend them. I believe this also comes in a quill, and they do have pointed rounds. I have not tried those, so if you want me to do a brush review on them, let me know, because I'll order them and I will do a more extensive brush review in comparison to all the other brands. But as far as these daggers, I do love these, and they make some really cool leaves for sure, especially for the palms. Oh my gosh, these colors are so nice. You know, I love the Mystic Moss. It's not a color that I've really spent a lot of time making because it's more of like a cobalt grain, but I'm really crazy about it. It's the newest one that just got released this month, and I'm really happy with it. I even love the way it mixes with the pink lily, which I just restocked. So if you haven't picked that one up, that is a very, very highly pink, kind of fluorescent pink, but it's light fast. It is a beautiful color to have on hand. You should never be without it. So whenever I have it in stock, always pick it up. I also love avocado. It's one of my favorite greens. It is kind of like a sap green. A couple of other ones that have just come into the store too is an earth sap that is really beautiful. Some of the pigments that I recently imported came from Italy, so they're earth pigments, and also France earth pigments. And they are so textural and so refined. They're very, very lovely. You should really go and check them out and see the colors if you're looking for some new greens, because those ones I've really enjoyed. So how are we doing so far? I'm adding some dusk yellow to this. This is one of those really cool colors that you just don't really see very often, and touching it up with a little bit of the greens. So pretty. So much drama. I love this one. This is a really good exercise. But you know what? You end up with something nice too, because you could turn this into a card to give to someone, or you could frame it. It is, in a way, a wonderful swatching tutorial where all of your favorite colors can be represented here on the page. And you could even label, you could even like write maybe in signature some of the mixes of the colors, just to remind you what you did. Just put them on the frond, like in a little print or something. That would be really fun. But I don't know, I can think of so many things to do with this particular tutorial to end up with so many fun pieces of artwork. All right, now it's time for 24 karat. This is my favorite gold by far. I really like the brightness of it. I also use liquid gold a lot and liquid silver because it's a little heavier for different applications. But in this case, I want the other colors to shine through, so I don't want to take away from that. 24 karat has just enough coverage, but not so much as it's going to really cover the colors that we've just laid down. I also like the way it mixes on paper, so if you have anything that's still kind of wet, it gives that nice little sheen and gloss, a little bit of sparkle on top of the watercolor, without it kind of fading. You know, a lot of the ones that I've tried in the past, they've been a little too sheer, and it has been difficult for me to build up the glow. You know what I mean? So this one kind of has a really nice glittery glow to it every time I hit the paper. And it's not like a pearl, it is more like a sheen. You can see it. It's very, very pretty. Doesn't it look great with the greens? So I'm just kind of going along the edge and giving it a little bit of light. I'm not paying attention to whether I do it on the top or the bottom of the leaf right now, because I'm just kind of picking areas that I want the leaf to look a little different or unique. And by doing it this way, I'm making sure that I'm not covering any of the combinations on the colors that I really kind of see the texture right, I'll pick maybe a lighter area or an area that doesn't really have a ton going on, and I'll leave the area of the leaf that has more of the mix. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my rhyme of reason. But at the end of the day, it's just relaxing to see this color go on. There's never a dull moment when you're using the metallics, whether you use the green gold, which is the olive, or this 24 karat, if you're painting with the liquid silver, the wine, which is coming out in the June watercolor subscription. All are so much fun to use. It's really hard not to add these metallics over the watercolor artwork that you paint. My goodness, look at those beautiful mixes. Those pinky greens are so nice. I think the dusk set is going to be my most used set. I've used a lot of the dusk colors here, like the dusk yellow, the dusk blue, the dusk gray. They've just been amazing to mix and have fun with, and I think you'll really, really enjoy them. We just released them on jackswatercolor.com, so if you haven't received your parcel yet, it is going to be on the way this month, and you will be painting with these like crazy. I do intend on doing a restock of them because I have sold out of the colors twice already, and I know a lot of you are waiting to place an order, so I will be restocking them another time so that you can have a chance to pick up the dusk colors as well as Pink Lily and 24 karat. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I can't wait to see what you guys do. And remember, be kind to yourself. Give yourself these moments so that you can rest and recharge at the end of the day. I also recommend, with your coffee, sitting down and having a little play in your watercolor notebook. You'd be surprised what 5 minutes in the morning will do for your whole entire day, or even just a moment at lunch. Have a great day, you guys, and thank you so much for being part of this journey with me. I hope you're enjoying the videos, and if you are, please don't forget to give them a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Once again, all the watercolor here is from jackswatercolor.com. It's all handmade, professional grade, with no fillers or anything that is dangerous, no chemicals, just pure pigment. Have a great one, and I will talk to you again soon. Big kiss.